When I mean by end this reaction, I meant part 1. Sorry, this is part 2 of the FNARHOH. A Clockwork's job. Let's go.
Like that because he thought it would be more creative. Not to mention, whatever resembles a human is just downright creepy. But it seems to actually grabs people's attention. It's either that or their steampunk appearance. Fred purposely made them look like antiques and added even realistic looking rust spots on their body. He also wanted to make them look like they were built from scrap, which is why they have bolted plates. And Rusty Bear having a hook on his hand and a missing eye. You might have also noticed all the brass gears on their bodies. They actually control their movements and aren't just for looks. Fred wanted to be like the best of both worlds type thing, since the robots aren't controlled by circuits and servers, but function using a lot of mechanical parts.
Fascinating. Now, what will be happening during my shift?
Notice the laptop on your desk. I will give you full access to the security cameras throughout the store. Your job is to make sure everything is in place and that no one breaks it. You can click on a camera to view it, and then move them around the room using the arrows on the key. Be sure to keep an eye on the animatronics as well. I'm a little concerned about their nocturnal activation. Plus, when Fred had the place built, he didn't put doors separating your office from the hallway. See the wardrobe behind you?
I turn around and gaze up at the big walnut wardrobe.
This is gonna turn bad.
There's a possibility that the robots will find your office and try and get inside. With only little light source being the lamp on your desk, they might not see you very well in the dark. So just in case they do get inside your office, hide inside the wardrobe and wait until the coast is clear. I don't actually know if they're hostile, but it's not worth the risk to stay in sight.
This is not
and that's about it.
Not a game.
Wait, one more thing. Be careful. Your laptop will eventually run out of power, so use it wisely. You have a flashlight on you. Be cautious with the battery power as well. You're gonna need it.
Yeah,
good night, and talk to you tomorrow.
The dial tone to the phone played, so I set the receiver back on its cradle. I glanced at my pocket watch, reading 2:15. Wow, 2 hours already? I placed it back in my pocket and flipped open the laptop. The screen flashed on, showing a label titled Display Window and a dark image of the 3 robots standing in front of the window. I flipped through more cameras and landed on one labeled Repair Shop. A single light on the ceiling illuminated the room, and I could hear what sounded like a music box. The camera was pointed at a desk covered with clock parts and tools. I clicked on the right arrow on the keyboard, and the screen slowly moved to the right. It stopped after turning about 90 degrees. Just barely, by the light provided, I could see another robot sitting by the case of a broken grandfather clock. It looked like a dog, or a wolf, or something like that. Similar to Rusty, it had only one eye, but from its neck down to its feet, I could only see a mangled endoskeletal body. It had a complicated system of gears and levers like the other robots, but some were hanging off of thin springs, and electrical wires were dangling out of various parts of its body. A chill ran down my spine, and I quickly switched to another camera. I went to one that was labeled Workshop. Another ceiling light lit up the room, as well as all sorts of power tools, a lathe, a table saw, and a drill press. I moved the camera around the room, and stopped when I noticed 2 more steampunk robots sitting by a large belt sander. One had a clock for a head, and the other looked like another cat. Not an ordinary cat with mittens, but a panther. I looked at the sticky note, and they were both labeled as Diesel and Crank. They must be the ones that also help in the workshop, I thought to myself. The laptop battery was already almost at 75%, so I closed the monitor and sat back in the chair. I looked around the office and noticed 2 large vents on the wall on either side of the room. I walked up and flashed my light into one of them. The vents stretched out for a long way. I got nervous, since both of the vents were large enough to fit a person, so the robots might actually try to crawl through there to get inside. I quickly went back to the desk and sat in the chair. Just then, I could hear the clanging of metal footsteps coming from somewhere in the store. I flipped open the laptop and clicked on the display window camera. The bunny, Ratchet, was missing. Whoa, John was right about them moving around. I flipped through more cameras and stopped on one labeled Lumber Room. Shelves of wooden planks sat in rows throughout the room.